It seems like every 2 weeks, Gabbie Hanna is stirring up the pot over on her TikTok. For those of you who don't know, Gabbie Hanna is officially back on social media. 3 weeks ago, she uploaded a video announcing that she was back on her YouTube channel. And even though she hasn't been as active over on her YouTube channel, she's been super active over on her TikTok. Now, because Gabbie has been super active over on her TikTok, in fact, so active that she's been posting 3 to 4 times a day over on her TikTok at some days, she's obviously been having some TikToks go pretty controversial. Ever since Gabbie Hanna has taken an on and off break over the last year on her YouTube channel, she's been super expressive over on her TikTok. Gabbie has been showcasing a lot of content pertaining to vlogs, her music, her new style, and story times. Over the last few months though, Gabbie Hanna has been getting a lot of tattoos. Tattoos have just been something that Gabbie Hanna has been testing the waters with and seems to suit her style. Here's where things get pretty messy. A couple of days ago, Gabbie Hanna ended up responding to a TikTok that said this: Gabbie seems to radically change her styles from year to year. Seems risky to do something so drastic. Would also not make her employable. Gabbie seemed to find this comment pretty hypocritical. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but this whole situation caused an entire debate about Gabbie Hanna's finances.
Here's what's awesome. I will never have to be employable. The next comment he left was in a corporate setting. God bless me for not having to ever worry about working in a corporate setting if I don't want to. I set myself up like.
But it wasn't until someone made this comment, saying nothing lasts forever, especially when she spends money so loosely. Gabbie didn't agree with this comment specifically per se because she just spent money on a tattoo and she didn't think it was so much of a big deal.
I have time today. Because here's the thing. I've done super for myself. People, and I'm not bragging, I'm just like, I need to set up the foundation for this. I'm bragging a little. I have 2 New York Times best-selling books. I have multiple songs and projects that have charted on Billboard. I was one of the top earning YouTubers for years. I had 7 million subscribers. I hosted on MTV. I hosted for Refinery 29 with massive celebrities. I hosted the Grammys red carpet. Y'all forget I was and still am that bitch. I took a little break, but I am that.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
I spend money loosely. I never fit in Hollywood because I refused to waste money like that. I put my money away, I invested it, I still drive my 2016 Corolla. You're talking about a fucking tattoo, my guy.
But the comments kind of started a huge debate. While a lot of people were congratulating Gabbie for her success in being able to maintain a steady income, some people also pointed out how it wasn't going to last her too long. Charting songs doesn't bring income. Most of these things don't bring money in regularly. Notice this is all past tense. I still find it hard to believe that money will last for the rest of your life, but maybe I'm severely underestimating your net worth. On the other hand though, some people were saying things like this: y'all forget she lived in the same tiny apartment for years and didn't rent mansions like other Viners did. Girl, yes, be proud of your success. You deserve what you've gotten. They can hate you, but at the end of the day, you can live lavishly while we gotta be employed. When I got it like that, I'm gonna change that for as many people and generations as I can. We're all ready for the change. If there's one thing you can say about Gabbie, she's frugal. Been watching her for years and she still looks for sales at the grocery store. Gabbie responded, why pay more? Y'all just talk to talk. Gabbie loves a good bargain, just like most people. What really throws me is when people don't use their rewards or member cards at grocery stores. Now, since we're on the topic of social media and making money, Gabbie also ended up doing a duet that went somewhat viral. She decided to speak her thoughts on how the social media industry is changing and how influencers aren't really influencers, and how anyone can basically be an influencer nowadays. As you all may know, Gabbie Hanna has been one of the very many people that have been on social media for quite some time. Gabbie has been around since the good old Vine days. And with VidCon 2022 taking place just a couple of days ago, she decided to speak on influencer culture and how it's basically dying. Gabbie went on a little rant and talked about how being an influencer was basically like being an online salesperson.
Somebody who's kind of around when the term influencer got coined, I think that the main difference is that influencer became interchangeable with online salesperson. Being an online content creator used to be about carving your way into a subculture because you didn't fit into the mainstream. But now social media is the mainstream. It used to be about original content, and now it's about using the same trends, transitions, trending sounds, songs, dances as everybody else, just doing it looking a little bit better or more interesting or derivative than somebody else. People used to watch influencers because it was finding somebody that you really connected with, and it was somebody who was doing something that so many people didn't have the balls to do. And now it's just looking for the most interesting face to sell you a product, and it's simply not memorable. The OGs started before influencer was a job title that you can have. People created content because it was their artistic outlet and their expression of self. Now it's just a seemingly glamorous alternative to getting a real person job, but don't be fooled. It is still just online sales at this point, in my opinion.
Furthermore, Gabbie also responded to this comment asking her if she would ever take any sponsorships, and she basically said that she knows her worth and wouldn't do a sponsorship unless she really aligns with it. She says that if she ever decides to do a sponsor in the future, that she's gonna make sure it aligns with her morals and her audience.
Man, I used to do ads back in the day, which is kind of how you get stuck in the trap, especially at the time. I don't know what it's like now, but we used to get buku money for ads on YouTube because there weren't that many people doing it, so you could set your price and you could set it fairly. When you look at what a YouTuber gets on their views versus what somebody would pay for an ad spot on a major network versus their views, YouTubers should be making a lot of money. That being said, I don't think that I could charge anywhere near the rates that I was charging, even if my views and were on par, because I just think that it's so oversaturated that a lot of these kids don't even know what they're worth. I had the privilege of being one of the only kind of adults in the space who I graduated from college. I took classes in business and marketing and economics, and I knew how business worked. A lot of people didn't. All that to say, I did do a lot of ads. It was extremely lucrative as a career, but it really became a sales job, and I just couldn't do it anymore because the products were all the same at this point. It's like a hair waver or a fucking makeup brush, and it just wasn't authentic, and I felt bad putting that out to my fans because I built my fans on music and poetry. I never even really had merch. I put out a couple designs, but I chose to make a poetry book because I didn't want fans to buy a shirt that I didn't design as a way to just get some money from them. I wanted to share my art, and now that I'm actually doing a clothing line, finally I'll put out some clothing. I haven't done ads in a while because I don't feel that I've been upkeeping or maintaining a page or working in that career or putting myself in the position to be getting brand deals. I really just took about a year, a little over a year off to just figure out the next phase of my career because online salesperson was just not the one that I wanted to keep doing. If the right sponsorship came up, of course I'll do it, but I need to make sure I put myself in the position where I'm aligning myself with the sponsors that I would feel proud and honored to promote, as opposed to something that's just okay and good enough if somebody wants to buy it, really.
Anyways, guys, I definitely want to know what you guys think about Gabbie Hanna putting people on check when it comes to her finances. Also, what do you think about people speaking out on how long her career is going to last?